Hi everyone. Okay, so first off, thanks for clicking on my first video ever. I'm so new at this, I have no idea what I'm doing, so please bear with me. First video I've ever made on YouTube, okay? I guess I should introduce myself and let you know what exactly I'm doing here. So, my name's Jennifer. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Canada. Uh, I have two wonderful little boys, ages 11 and 8. They're my world. They get me through so much. I love them. Um, anyways, so I have stage 2 lymphedema. Um, let me tell you something. It is not fun. And those of you who have it know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, there's two parts of this disease that you can get. The first part is primary. This is something that you have genetically inherited in the womb. This kind of lays dormant until you start hitting puberty. It starts getting worse as you go on, you have children, you hit menopause, things like that. Any changes to your body when it comes to your woman stuff. So anyways, as you grow older, it gets worse. The second part of this disease is secondary lymphedema. And secondary lymphedema, you can get for things, a lot of surgeries, things like that, with cancer, mastectomies, hysterectomies, ovary removals. Again, anything that alters our female system, reproductive system. And then there's me. So I have the joy of having both primary and secondary lymphedema. I'll back up. It started when I was 26. I found out that I had another gene mutation, lucky me, which is the BRCA gene, 1 and 2. Now, this is a gene mutation for cancer. Because of that, I've had a double mastectomy. A few years after that, I ended up having a hysterectomy, ovary removals, the whole 9 yards. Okay. I still didn't know that I had lymphedema at this point. I was just going through all the cancer stuff, preventative things, going through my gene mutation, trying to accept all of that, and raising my kids and going to school and just trying to do whatever I could, to live a normal life. So after my hysterectomy, my legs started swelling really bad, very painful. Bruising, like you wouldn't believe. I'd wake up in the morning and there'd be 30, 40 bruises on my legs, some the size of baseballs, other the size of dimes. I had no idea where they came from. That was the most scary part. You wake up and you're covered in them, and you're embarrassed because it's summer and it's 30, 40 degrees outside, and you're going out in your dress or your shorts, and your legs are swollen, and you got bruises all over them, and people are looking at you, and you know they're looking at you, and you tend to just start not wanting to go anywhere, and you want to stay in your house and avoid the embarrassment of knowing that you look bad. Your legs look different. Another problem that I've had is falling. I lose feeling in my legs. They go numb, and I'll fall. So, 30-year-old woman outside, store, grocery shopping with her children, with her friends on a hike, and I drop. Very hard to deal with. You're embarrassed about your disease, so you don't want to tell them why you're falling, so you just make it seem like, hey, I'm a klutz. I'm sorry, I fall all the time. But when you get home, you cry. You cry for a long time, and you're so embarrassed, and you're so ashamed. And then again, you tend to invert yourself back into your home where nobody can see what you're suffering from with this disease. This disease has treatments available in Canada. They're not covered by OHIP. These diseases are expenses out of our pocket. They just prolong it. They don't cure. They don't help you over a long period of time. This is something that you have to do on a weekly, every day of the week basis for the rest of your life. There's massage therapy to help drain out the toxic fluids that are in your system. This is the toxic fluid that your lymphatic system can no longer remove and expel out of your system, and it just sits there and it builds up and it builds up and it causes this pain and this swelling. It's almost like you're an internal septic tank and it's not going away. Massage therapy will help move that fluid around and try to disperse it throughout your body so that the pain leaves your legs and it's not as bad, but it never goes away. It just helps rid it for a little bit. Another thing that I have to do, worst thing ever, and those of you who are suffering from this disease know exactly what I'm talking about. These things. Good old compression garments. Now, let me tell you, I have to put these on before I get out of bed. I have to wear gloves. Rubber gloves. These, I would be surprised if I could fit on one leg. But they want you to fit them both your legs. See that? That's like one of my legs. It hurts. It's painful. In the summer, when it's 30, 40 degrees, unbearable. Again, we hide. We don't want to put this on. We don't want to be seen in public with it. And it's uncomfortable. With me having stage 2 lympho-lipedema, my skin is so sensitive. Just putting them on with them being so tight hurts me a lot. I cry almost every time I do it. I don't see that as something I want to do for the rest of my life. And if I don't get the help that I need, not only is these going to go on my legs, but they have to go on my full body, from my wrists, across my shoulders, and down to my feet. And I'm 30 years old. I'm not ready to do that yet. And I'm sure nobody is. Anyone who's watching this that was going through it or knows somebody knows that they get it. They know what I'm talking about. So that brings me to, what am I going to do for this? All right. So what am I doing? First off, there is a surgery in the States. It has been practiced in Germany, Sweden, the UK. They now have something available in New York at New York Surgical, with Dr. Grunner. He's a specialist in lipedema. And what I've been trying to do is raise money to get myself out there to see this specialist, so that I'm able to get my life back again. That's very important for me and for my kids. I want to be a functioning member of society again. I don't want to hide in my house. I don't want to be in pain every day. I want to support my kids and not have to worry about where our food's coming from or anything like that. I just want to be self-sufficient. I'm not asking for miracles, and I'm not asking for much. All I'm trying to do is raise awareness and ask the government to consider further funding of this disease, because the only option that we have is, at this point, this surgery called limb-sparing liposuction. And this is what Dr. Grunner does in New York. Again, incredible guy. He, I've heard nothing but amazing things about him. I've done a lot of research. Again, the only problem is this is not something that is covered by the Canadian government. Not something that they would normally cover through OHIP. That being said, I do have a out-of-surgery application that's going into the government to request that they cover the funding, at least for the surgery part, so I can go to New York, which is 8 hours away from me, and have the surgery done. And what they do is they put some anesthetics into your legs, administered, and it removes the fat cells and all that fluid, toxic fluid, and separates it from my skin. And then they take a liposuction wand and they remove all the toxics. fluid out of my limbs. Um, and when they do that, it takes the pressure off my lymphatic system, and it's hopefully going to kick my lymphatic system back into working normally and functioning properly like a normal person, and I can start expelling that fluid, and my body will start working properly again, and I can get my quality and my quantity of life back. To me, it's a no-brainer. This is something that I need to do, and this is something that I don't understand. Why don't we have this in Canada? Um, why aren't we being helped? And I see when I talk to a lot of women that they're embarrassed and they're ashamed because of the physical deformities that this disease can progress onto somebody. And when you're a woman in that, so the expectation of society is, you gain a little bit of weight and you're fat, you're obese, and this was the hard part that I've noticed with the doctors as well that I want to make awareness to. They need further training. It took me a couple of years to get diagnosed with my disease after everything kind of went into overdrive. And it had nothing to do with my doctor not caring. It had everything to do with him not knowing what to look for, not knowing the signs of this disease. I actually was the one, after years of tests and no results, I finally started looking online, and I started finding all these websites in the States talking about lipedema, and I saw pictures and I thought, that's me. They look like me, that's what my body looks like, my legs look like, and how can they look so familiar? So I started reading into it. So I went to my doctor and I asked him, told him I researched this, and that's what I look like, and I really think that it makes sense with everything I've been through. And that's when he referred me back to our Judzinski Cancer Center here in Hamilton, and I got my diagnosis. I think that they should be better educated. They should be better aware of the symptoms, and it's not their fault. It's just the lack of education that they receive in their training when they go to be a doctor. Um, your lymphatic system isn't seen as anything but something that cycles your fluids. That's really the extent of what they're taught, and I think more needs to be done for that. So that's the reason why I'm raising money, is because I have to pay for my accommodations, and as you all know, if you've ever been to New York, it's very expensive, and hotels are just incredible, and we're trying to find a place because we're not going to spend money. I just want to be there. Give me a room and a toilet. I really don't care. I just want to get this done. So I'm raising money for that anyways. Another thing that we've been doing to raise money to help me get out there, we've done some fundraisers. We had a fundraiser at Tracy's Place in Hamilton. Incredible. We had a hypnotist come, and we raised almost $2,000, which was a great start. Was able for me to get down and see Dr. Grenier before I find out the results for my OLED application of approval. If I don't get the approval, then I'm going to have to keep fighting for it and do what I can and keep fundraising and keep raising awareness and money and keep fighting the government and make them aware and get them to maybe make these changes in Canada. So we did that. We also had a fundraiser in Burford. Incredible. We had a bunch of bands come out. Brandy Plus 2, Mojo Filter, the Dan Roswell Band. We had a bunch of vendors come out. It was so amazing to see my friends, my family, and strangers from all around the area come, and I got to meet a lot of people who are going through what I'm going through, and they cried and they laughed, and it was amazing, and it made me realize what I need to do and how important it is that I need to bring this to the attention of everyone in Canada, especially the Canadian government. So also, another thing for fundraising, I won't take up much more of your time, but we started making databases. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm making the bases. 100% of the profits from these bases, when they are purchased, and I do make them from scratch, all my own in my garage. so it is personal. I am trying to do what I can to raise money as well, to help make this cause a success for all of us. You can order these online on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com Jen's Surgery Fund. Like my page, share it, please. If you know anyone who's going through, or you think that they're going through what I'm going through, get them to take a look at the videos. If you're interested in the vase, you can comment here. You can also comment on my Facebook page. And I do orders. You personally can pick out your colors, what kind you have. All these pictures, again, are up on my Facebook page. Okay, so just something little that I'm trying to do, actually, to put some more money aside. So what I'm going to do with the Canadian government. So far, I have a petition going. I want to get as many signatures as I can from everyone. If you support what I'm doing and think that this needs to be changed, if you know someone who's going through this, a loved one, family member, friends, yourself, and you think there needs to be change in Canada for lipedema sufferers, then definitely please follow my page and go to my link on my page, and it's on change.org. I'll have it available at the bottom on my website, so I'll put it at the bottom for you guys to take a look at and share, and sign the petition. My main goal is to get more funding, to bring more awareness to this disease in Canada, and to have our treatments covered by OHIP, and get the surgery that we need into Canada. I see it as we're very behind, and it's time to get ahead. I think we deserve this treatment as much as anyone else in this world. I think we deserve a start, just like able to start fresh and get our lives back. So that's one thing we're doing for that, is the petition. With that petition, I have an independent film crew who has offered to help me. They're going to come down, and we're doing interviews with doctors, friends, family, anyone who's going through this, who wants to be a part of it, please. And you live in our area or are close to, or we can get to you in a few hours, comment below, or you can email me at all lowercase JENNAPLEE@hotmail.com. We're going to take that documentary when we're done. In that documentary is going to be the interviews, and also my journey from beginning to end, my fight with the government, my process through OHIP, my going to New York. We're driving, so it's going to be everything. I'm going to have my own personal diaries on there as well to go through. I want to show everyone the real face of this disease. I want to show everyone what this disease can do to not only the person who's suffering, but their whole family and everyone around them. It's devastating, and I think it's time that we can make that change in Canada. We can make it happen. All I need is for you guys to unite and help me out and be part of it. So also, if you want to see my story, it's at GoFundMe.com, www.gofundme.com/RGNRGD. Again, that link will be at the bottom of my page as well. I do have a Twitter page, so that will be on the bottom. So check that out. Follow me. Again, everything, all our events, my whole journey, the government. I'm going to be taking that documentary and our petition and going to Ottawa myself. Once my surgeries are done, I'm through that journey, and I'm not going to stop until we get this, ladies. Okay, you can count on me. I just need to be able to count on you guys to support me and give me that strength to get us through it. So my next step, Saturday, is when I leave to go see Dr. Grenier. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I've never been anywhere in my life, so I just picked up my passport today. Yay! Whole new thing for me. And for the first time in my life, I am traveling, and So I'm going to follow myself. I have a video camera that we're taking, and we're going to follow our whole trip out there, and we're going to do the whole thing at the doctor's office. So if you want to follow this page, and you will see more